Hey Cancer, this is Perrymore Tarot's weekend reading from January 19th through the 21st, 2024. This is for Cancer. Last shuffle here for Cancer. So healing light, loss, and transformation. I feel like this combination has come out for another sign already today, but that is where that's at. Healing light is over this whole reading, and it's talking about how you you've changed and you've lost something. What have you lost? Okay, so it seems like you just gotten better as a person, and when as you're getting better, you kind of like don't your memory is like, I feel like your memory is bad. Like it's like, I don't remember that. Somebody comes to you and is like, Cancer, remember when we was out there doing this and that? And you're like, no, I've changed. It's like when you change, you lost all of it. You moved on for real. There's an energy of a Cancer who's like, when I change, like when I get better, when I elevate, I don't keep any of your names in my mental Rolodex. Nothing. Because there's some kind of energy of somebody wanting to come around. And you're kind of like, who? Your name again is what? We did what? I don't remember that. Healing light is 8 of swords, right? And so, I mean, that's what fell out here. And so this is talking a lot about how there's you can get so lost in your thoughts sometimes that it takes you down a dark path, though. It's like, we could be lost in our thoughts, and some people can be in la la land in a beautiful way. Like they're just, unicorns and butterflies in their little visual whatever. And you're like, they're over here. Don't you remember the time when we had fun and we were catching butterflies? And you're like, I've never spent time with you, you know? And so they might be lost in their own little world there. But for you, this looks like more of it takes a darker turn where you're looking at situations and only remembering or harping or focusing on the details that where you felt wronged, oppressed, abused, gossiped about, something like that. You may have been in that place. So the healing light is saying that you are now realizing that maybe sometimes you can overdo it. Like you could be lost in those thoughts of those times when somebody said this about you or did that to you or hurt you or something here. So that's usually what that is. It's like, just admitting, yeah, I spent about a good hour poring over that conversation, remembering how you treated me. Yeah, I did. That's that energy. Getting lost, though, it's not like you're deliberately going, now this 4 o'clock, I got 1 hour to think about. It's not like that. It seems like you get lost, right? And so loss here is Moon, 6 of Cups, 6 of Swords, 8 of Wands. You may have lost. This is about being almost, for some of you, being in your home and having the ability to like get away from people, and then while you're away from people, you're sitting and thinking about all this stuff. At least is what this is showing. It's like you can't get lost in your head anymore about whatever was said, the memories, the actions that were taken that has caused distance. There may be a lot of distance even in your own home. But it doesn't necessarily have to be home. This looks like mother or, your siblings or people that you grew up with or people you lived with. It seems like there's like you can't, it's almost like you can't go back into down memory lane anymore about it. Whereas at one point you really could. Like, you know what I mean? How you could sit in a room and then out of nowhere it's like you're back in that spot and you're mad all over again or upset or sad all over again. And then it just makes you want to just not deal with anyone. And so there's something about that being lost. Like you may not even remember any, like you're like, I can't drum up the feelings or the memory right now. I just can't do it. Transformation is King of Wands in the world. And they're showing that you're better, you've elevated, you've graduated to a person who's just about your passions. So it's almost like because you've developed some sort of, I don't know if you've developed a hobby or something that is driving you, get like there's some sort of passion, or maybe like you, something you feel like you're a master at or a leader in, is taking up your time now, and it's something to celebrate. So there, it's like this is taking the place or taking precedence over these negative memories that you may have of the past. Even through all this, I'm seeing someone, they're still gossiping about you and such, and it may not bother you. I don't see it bothering you. I can't say may not even. It's just almost like it's not. Behind a mask, though, Four of Wands and Four of Wands, um, there's behind a mask, you're moving on. Like you're happy. You're really happy as a person now. I'm seeing a Cancer who's really happy, right? But I think that something is happening in your life and you're expecting the BS from people that you used to know, people that you should be closer to, that you're familiar with. These are people that, like you may, like I said, you may have grown up with them. This may be like the family that stems from your mom's side or something like that here. And it's like you're happy. They're showing you being happy. You moved on. You don't care. But you're still expecting them to be negative, to come in and make small of your accomplishments, make light of something that's so great. But underneath the surface, you're straight. Like you're like, I hear. I already know how they are, but I'm happy. You know, present power is the Sun and Ten of Cups. When I say happy, you're this is a strength, right? The present power is your capabilities, your strengths, right? What you're empowered with. Somebody is imbued and empowered with a whole lot of happy. You have a lot of options ahead of you. I feel, I'm getting the feeling from all this here, that you may be dealing with people from the past that can't be happy for you. It's obvious though. It's actually quite obvious. They may be like in your face, like, "Oh, that's so great," but you feel this distance, like, "What the heck was that great for? How many A's you gonna put in that great?" Like, you know, it's so awesome. And you're like, "How many O's are you gonna say?" Because I don't think that you really, I'm hearing that from someone. I don't know who that is, but there's some kind of distance, that you're feeling. Like, I don't feel like you. I don't think you mean it. And it's like you're really happy about yourself. You're happy about life. You're happy about even their accomplishments. And for a long time, you would sit in a space and overthink everything they said and did. Like, this is jacked up, and I know what they meant, and they may have felt, and there's so many little things, like they may have been gossiping, you know. And it's almost like you expect some BS from them, but it doesn't matter because you're happy. They may even be talking about how, Cancer's not really happy. Cancer seems to be happy as, I don't know what, Four of Cups, Four of Wands, Ten of Cups in the Sun. That's somebody that's in A mode. They're happy. This is a happy person. Underneath it all, you're really happy. But what you've lost is the ability to make light of someone's bad behavior too. It's a lost energy. I can't anymore explain away why I don't want to be around them, why I want to move on, why I just, it's a very quick, brief encounter. I can't explain that anymore. I can't even fake it if I wanted to. And it's almost like this is also giving a vibe of how you forget how some people are this way, and then you get around them, and then it reminds you. Then you're like, oh my gosh, and then you have to rehash all the stuff that they did. And that's what this is showing, that it heals you now to say, I don't even want to rehash it. I'm just gonna move on. We all have those family members. where they've done so much dirt that you sit around and then, you forgot about it kind of, and then you get around them and you're just like, ooh, so-and-so so shady. And then everyone's sitting around telling the stories. Don't you remember the time when they did XYZ? And then you're just like, oh yeah, they did do me dirty. Oh yeah. And they're saying you just can't do it anymore. You're too happy for this mess. Move on, You could be dealing with a Cancer, another one, a Leo. We also have Capricorn, Aries, or Sagittarius. So you could be a Cancer, Leo cusp. We have Sagittarius, Capricorn cusp you could be dealing with. If you're not dealing with these signs could also be in your chart. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my links are on my page. Peace, love, and light. Take care.